Hello and welcome to the Landscaper Grow Show. My name is Mark Lamberth. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Dylan Goin at Mr. G Lawn and Landscape in Columbus, Ohio. Dylan, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So we've been doing some research here about Mr. G. Looks like you guys have got a great company, great web presence, ton of great reviews. I'd love to hear, to start, just the services that you provide for your customers over in Columbus.
Yeah, realistically, we do everything all the way up to like hardscaping and irrigation. I dabble a little bit with irrigation. I'm learning more and more about that and taking some classes and stuff to get more into that. Keep adding things that we offer just to try to be the one-stop shop for everybody. Hardscape has a lot of heavy lifting, so I really don't want to lift anything, so I try to stay away from that or subcontract it out if I can.
Okay. Great, man. So hardscaping, irrigation. So then, of course, all the landscaping services and also
mowing. Yeah,
mowing.
General landscaping, maintenance, a lot of maintenance. Basically, just maintenance for the most part.
Okay. I'm just curious, like, kind of percentage wise, what percentage of the business is that kind of maintenance, sort of recurring income, recurring jobs versus project work that you do, whether it be irrigation, hardscaping, a big landscaping project? What percentage is it that's kind of maintenance work like that?
My reoccurring and maintenance stuff is about, I would say, close to 80% of what we do.
Okay.
And then 20% with the project stuff.
Okay.
Here in Ohio, the project stuff it's seasonal, so we get that big boom and that big rush in the spring. That's March, April, May, and then it peters out by about 4th of July. Everybody wants to have it done by the 4th of July, and then from that point on, you're back to just maintaining everything that you've done in those 3 months.
Interesting. Okay. And that's typically the flow of how that works then. So project work is going to be mainly like spring, early spring, mid-spring, to be done by July 4th. Okay.
Typically, yeah. That's what the majority of our client base is they all want it done by Memorial Day. And if they can't get it done by Memorial Day, they can't get in the books, like get to me quick enough. 4th of July is usually when we try to have all of our project work done. Then you always have like the people who just buy new houses before the school season starts and they want to have their whole landscape renovated and all that stuff. So just kind of out here, just try to see what they're gonna do and who calls and who emails and who doesn't.
Yeah. Let me ask you, I'm curious, I'm lucky to be able to talk to so many business owners here and really learning the business. Myself, have more of kind of a trade background and sort of like building, construction, less so in landscaping, but this is what we're kind of working with these days and doing the podcast on here. How did you choose to kind of focus on the 80% of your kind of portfolio being this kind of maintenance work? I mean, I've heard of folks having different percentages in that. Some have 50-50, some have 100% maintenance type work. Some have very little of it. I mean, it's got that recurring revenue. How has that been a kind of a conscious choice to set up that kind of percentage of the different types? Or is that something that's, just kind of happened by way of the way you've kind of organically built the business?
I was just, it pays the bills and doesn't do more, So I more and more clients, and I started people.
Hey, Dylan. Yeah, let's see. Kind of when you were answering that last question, you kind of broke up a little bit, and the phone's kind of cut off.
Yeah. So what I was saying was I did mainly mowing just because I was by myself for a while, and then I have other friends that are in this industry as well, and they were talking about asking me like, why aren't you doing landscaping? And I just didn't really want to at the time. And then the more I got into it, and I started hiring like some family and some friends and bringing them in, and I started realizing like, hey, I can mow, and these guys can do landscaping, and then I double my revenue. So well, I might as well. I should probably start doing more and more of this. And then now it's to the point now that I'm trying to do different things as far as, we offer asphalt seal coating now, just because in the summer months here in Ohio and August and stuff like that, it gets to where there's no landscape, there's weeds aren't growing, grass isn't growing, nothing's growing. You can't cut grass it's not growing, especially if they're not doing anything. So you got to do something to make money while it's hot and dry. And you can seal driveways last that way. So now we do asphalt seal coating as well. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And of the project and the project work versus the kind of maintenance work,
mm-hmm.
in the future, is that what you think you'll still be doing, the kind of percentage of sort of 80% maintenance work, 20% project work, or will that balance kind of shift some over time?
It'll probably shift some over time. I'm more so now thinking that mowing yards is kind of, people call me to mow the yard, and it's kind of my foot in the door with them, and then just try to upsell them from there to where I go from doing just mowing grass for them to I do a full service package to where we do a weeding program, where we're doing the fertilization, where we do everything for them. And that's essentially is what I want to get to, is just be their one-stop shop to do everything that they need, and kind of get away from the customers that I just mow grass for and get more towards people that we do full service for.
Man, that's so smart. Interesting. How many people do you have on your team right now?
6 right now. It's just a small crew. We got 2 mow crews and a landscape crew.
So. Okay. And then Dylan, when you're quoting landscaping jobs, you don't ever quote those like by the hour, right? I mean, these are quoted by the project.
It just typically depends, what they're asking for. I go out and I walk the job with it, and I'm looking for it, and they want trim the heads, and based off of what they want, I think, hey, it's going to take my guys 15 hours to clean it up. I'll bid it for 15 hours because like I said, we're small, so I've been with my guys long enough to know like how they work, how they're going to work. So
Sure.
I do what I think it would be for if I did it personally and add a couple more, because nobody's going to work for your company harder than you are. But
yeah.
So I do that, and then I have like set prices for certain things as well. So I do a little mixture of hourly with set pricing for projects and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Hey, can I ask you, I mean, it's, kind of get into some of the details here. It's totally up to you, but I mean, can I ask you what kind of at least a range of like a man hour charge per like hour you charge? I mean, is it 40, 50, $60 an hour more?
I would say from what I hear, I'm cheap is what everybody tells me. And I'm at 55 a man hour. So,
okay. 55 a man hour. Okay, great.
So everybody's, according to people I talk to, they are pretty happy about it usually. So I think I might have to up my prices a little bit or something.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like sounds like very competitive and potentially on the lower end. And so, I mean, that 55 an hour, do you actually quote that directly to homeowners? You'll say, we're going to do this project over here. It's going to take about 4 hours. We're 55 an hour. Or is this an internal number that you use where you're just kind of quoting that saying, I know it's going to take 4 hours, but I'm using that number internally?
So when I sent them over the quote, it has it broke down like for what we're doing, like the cleanups and stuff like that. And then it's itemized. So it'll say like fall cleanup, and it'll say 15, and then I'll have the per man hour rate, and then it'll add it all up and for them. But it's like internally when I'm looking at it, I keep it to myself until I send it to them. So
Sure. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, Dylan, what are the next year to look like for you guys? I mean, you've got a great business right now. You've got 6 people on your team. I mean, are you looking to grow the business to grow at 20, 50% a year, or are you great kind of where you're at right now?
So my goal when I first started out, I started in 2020, is I wanted to grow and just grow and grow and grow and grow and just keep pushing. And in these past 2 years that I've done that, I've went from 70 customers, reoccurring like mow clients to we mow 173 yards a week between the two crews
Oh,
now.
no kidding. Wow.
And I'd say every bit of 100 of those came from word of mouth. So I stopped. We used to flyer a lot, pass out flyers and door hangers and stuff like that. We don't flyer anymore. We've gotten over the past couple of years, we've started to get stuff off of Google, more and more off of Google. I use this marketing team out of Marietta, Ohio, that does all my SEO, and they run all my marketing for me and my website and all my social medias and stuff like that for me. So they do a great job. So
Okay. Fantastic.
like the thing is to grow. I'd like to grow and keep growing, but if I continue to grow faster than what I'm able to grow, then I'm just kind of put myself in a hole. So I'm
Sure.
just waiting for like
more
organic growth is what I'm looking for.
Okay. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, what a cool story. I love it. Great name of the business. Definitely a great website. Go take a look at Dylan's website for sure. Dylan, if folks are in the Columbus, Ohio area and they're looking for a great, lawn and landscape company to work with, what are some of the best ways to get in touch with you guys?
You can shoot us a message on our website. You can get on our website and send us an email that way. It's mrglawnandlandscape.com. You can Instagram, shoot me a message on Instagram. My phone number's on the website, and then that's my personal line. So it comes directly to my cell phone. So you can text me. I'm a 24-hour person. So you can text me at 3 a.m. and I'll answer. So
that's fantastic.
And that's one of the biggest things I've learned out here is you get a lot of sales just by responding to people who call you, regardless of what's going on. If you answer, as long as you answer and respond to them and you're a likable person, people will stick with you forever.
Oh man, that is great. That is great advice. Amazing, Dylan. Well, fantastic. Dylan's website is mrglawnandlandscape.com. You can reach them there. Their phone number is clearly there, obviously, and their Google business profile with just a ton of great reviews, kind of shows their service area as well. Fantastic, Dylan. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your experience after years of being in the lawn and landscape business. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.